And welcome back, everyone, to Community Close-Up. Of course, we're taking a closer look at what's going on in your community.
Sometimes we talk about individual communities and their issues, but today it's the broader Rhode Island community. And joining us tonight is Chris Shea from the Rhode Island Current. He covers politics, criminal justice, and transportation. Thanks for coming back, Chris.
Yeah, he covers everything, right?
He does.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick look at the website. Now it's really a comprehensive publication. You can see those tabs at the top are just some of the topics that the Current covers: education and environment, health, care, transportation, and politics. We have a lot to get to.
And one of Chris's recent articles is about a bill being considered by the Rhode Island State House. The Senate may ask the state Supreme Court to give its opinion on that bill. The legislation would allow expired claims of child sex abuse to be revived. Tell us what this is all about and what you've learned, Chris.
Yeah, this has been a push from the Rhode Island Attorney General for several years now, but the momentum is especially caught since the report issued. I think this was in March detailing the scope of the abuse scandal from the Diocese of Providence.
And he wants this bill.
Yes, and it's already passed the House. This was April 7th, and it had passed the year before, but it's always been kind of stalling in the Senate because of these constitutional concerns of, okay, if we open this up, is that really, fair to these kind of defendants if they open it up?
So they're going to the court and saying, hey, is this constitutional? They're trying to get an opinion before they pass it?
Yes, or at least consider it, because it's still being held in committee, so they're putting this resolution forward. It goes up before Senate Judiciary tomorrow, then would have to go before the floor before they send it to the Supreme Court, and even then the Supreme Court doesn't have to take it up. The last time any chamber had even done this was 2007, and the court did not take up that case.
And the Attorney General wants this, but what about like the Catholic Church, because it could be impacted by this?
Oh, yeah, they're very much against this. They've year after year put forth testimony saying, well, if you open us up to further lawsuits, that could bankrupt us, as it's happened to several other of these dioceses across the country. But for victims and these advocates, it's like, well, they deserve their day in court. They've been abused. They should have the chance to hold people accountable.
Yeah, but they say that your memory should be fresh. You shouldn't have to answer questions 35 years later or 40 years later. Is that what their opposition is?
That's part of the opposition, because some arguments would be, well, we might not even have the paperwork to defend ourselves.
Right. But obviously it gives a voice back to victims who may have not had the courage years ago to come forward too. So let's talk about a story that we've been covering as well. And this has to do with the release of an illegal immigrant wanted by the Dominican Republic for an alleged homicide. A federal prosecutor did not tell the judge, Melissa DuBose, about that before she ordered him to be released. And even today, he's still not back in custody. Is there an active search?
That's kind of the big question. I've been trying to ask ICE and the Department of Homeland Security repeatedly, okay, have you located him yet? It's been a week since he was supposed to appear before he was supposed to re-detain himself.
He didn't show up for court,
No,
right?
he did not show up for court. They had set a bond hearing supposed to be within a week, although if you look at the court portal, it's still initially set for June 2nd, which was set after the April 28th release.
Right. Just kind of shows you a lack of communication between all these agencies, too, that something like this could happen.
Yeah, especially since the U.S. Attorney's Office had pledged to take down a press release that was blasting DuBose, but then now you have the Department of Homeland Security. Their general counsel posted this op-ed sometime yesterday, essentially doubling down on the attacks against DuBose, saying, well, this was an issue that's, of the court's doing, because they shouldn't have even gone before the federal judge. They should have just been strictly an immigration court.
That story went national.
It certainly would. All right, you're all busy as always. We appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks so much for having me.